you are one of those lucky people that can travel anywhere.
Yes, ma'am, I know.
And they sometimes call you nomads.
My mom says that you're homeless. Is that true?
No, I'm not homeless. I'm just houseless. Not the same thing, right?
No.
Honestly, the film, it's such a beautiful story, and I've never seen a story like this with such authenticity. And there was a quote in the movie that really stuck with me. It's when Fern says, my dad used to say, what's remembered lives. I maybe spent too much of my life just remembering. First, I want to ask you both, what does that quote mean to you?
Sure. No, I mean, it makes me think of memory and story because I'm a storyteller, and the idea that ideas can be shared and people's stories can live with one another. And I think in terms of creating connections, movies like Nomadland, hopefully the book as well, do create that sense.
For me, there's a quote that I really like. It says, most of us are always getting ready to live, but we never live. And so to me, that is what it's all about. That if you have live now, it's now or never. It's happiness is now, life is now. And if it's not now, it will never be. And that's what it says to me.
Absolutely. And I have to say, just as someone who tends to remember a lot and enjoys kind of reliving the past, is there a memory that each of you really enjoy reliving?
I enjoy being out with the van in the beginning and meeting Swanky and being taken in and just kind of mentored as if I'd been out on the road, and then seeing her do that for so many people on the screen. I really enjoy remembering that.
My husband worked at the USG mine in Empire. I was a substitute teacher.
It is a tough time right now. You may want to consider early retirement.
I need work. I like work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Jessica, I know when you wrote this book that you spoke with a lot of nomads and they shared a lot of their stories. I was wondering what their stories what you took away from their stories.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many different stories, so it's hard to distill it to one takeaway. But I do think I learned a thing or two about how resilient and creative people are. And it's interesting. There's a quote from George Orwell talking about how it's often adversity that brings out the things we like best about human nature, whether it's courage, loyalty, creativity, just all of these things. They don't function without some sort of adversity. And seeing that pan out and seeing this community on the road was incredible.
What the nomads are doing is not that different than what the pioneers did.
You gotta make the hole bigger.
I think Fern's part of an American tradition.
Well, Bob, you did a great job in this movie, and I was wondering, how did it compare? Like, how was it? Because in a way, you're essentially sort of playing yourself, right? Like, would you say, did it feel any different playing yourself versus just being yourself?
No, I make videos for YouTube, and I'm in front of people quite a bit, and so I'm very comfortable there. It's so being myself in front of people is something I try to do all the time, and so no, it was not any kind of a stretch. Chloe did try to get me to act, and I did not do very well, and I'm not an actor, so but I could be myself real well.
One of the things I love most about this life is that there's no final goodbye. I've met hundreds of people out here, and I don't ever say a final goodbye. Let's just say I'll see you down the road.
I do think that we do feel a lot of compassion for the people in Nomadland, but what do you guys hope audiences take away from this movie?
Yeah, I hope people feel a connection with strangers. Again, we talked about compassion, and I do think the highest goal of storytelling and the highest aspiration is connection. So I hope for that.
I guess I hope that people see they have options in life, that there are other ways to live, that if their life is unacceptable now, they don't have to stay there. They can pursue something else.
And I do. I see them again. And I can be certain in my heart, I'll see you again.